Before we dissect every single second of this beautiful interaction, let us set the stage because the context behind this moment makes it infinitely more special. As we all know, Zhao Lusi and Lu Yuning share one of the most beloved and enduring dynamics in the entire C-ent industry, a professional and personal bond that first captured our hearts all the way back in the phenomenal historical drama The Long Ballad, where their portrayal of Liyan and how Du became an absolute cultural phenomenon. Their on-screen chemistry was so profound, so deeply moving, and so brilliantly acted that it launched a massive, dedicated wave of shippers and fans who recognized that these two shared a rare, magical spark that extended far beyond just reading lines on a script. Years later, the universe smiled upon us again when they reunited for the highly anticipated period business drama The Story of Mystical Pearl, proving once and for all that their professional synergy, mutual respect, and genuine friendship only grew stronger and deeper with time. So when Zhao Lusi announced her special solo concert in the glamorous city of Macau to celebrate her musical journey and connect intimately with her dedicated fans, everyone knew it was going to be an emotional and beautiful milestone for her career. But absolutely no one, not even the most optimistic fan or the most eagle-eyed paparazzi, could have predicted the breathtaking surprise that Lu Yuning was quietly planning behind the scenes. The atmosphere inside the Macau arena was absolutely electric from the very beginning, filled to the brim with glowing lightsticks, beautiful fan banners, and an overwhelming sense of pride as Zhao Lusi delivered flawless performance after flawless performance, showcasing her incredible growth as a vocalist, an entertainer, and a beloved icon. She looked absolutely radiant, moving through stunning costume changes and pouring her heart into every single lyric, creating an intimate space where she and her fans could share their mutual gratitude. As the concert transitioned into its final act, the lights softened into a beautiful, atmospheric glow, and the familiar, hauntingly beautiful chords of a very special song began to echo through the stadium speakers. The crowd immediately recognized the melody, a song deeply connected to her artistic journey, and one that fans hold incredibly close to their hearts. Zhao Lusi stood under a single brilliant spotlight, looking like an absolute angel, her voice carrying a beautiful, soulful vulnerability that held the entire audience captive. She began singing the opening verses, her focus entirely on delivering a perfect performance for her fans, completely unaware that behind the massive LED screens at the back of the stage, the entire production crew was holding their collective breath for a moment that had been kept under the strictest lock and key. Just as the song reached its sweeping, emotional bridge, the massive screens slowly parted, and out from the shadows stepped a towering figure dressed in an impeccably tailored, effortlessly stylish outfit that immediately commanded the attention of the entire room. The moment Lu Yuning stepped into the light, microphone in hand, and joined his voice with hers in a flawless, resonant harmony, a collective gasp rippled through the front rows before exploding into a deafening, earth-shattering roar of pure astonishment from every single corner of the stadium. The crowd went absolutely wild, the sound of thousands of voices screaming in disbelief, creating a literal physical vibration in the air, as people realized they were witnessing an unprecedented C-ent miracle happening live right before their eyes. Zhao Lusi, still completely immersed in her performance, heard the unexpected live harmony blending perfectly with her own voice and instinctively turned around toward the back of the stage, expecting perhaps a backing vocalist or a pre-recorded track error, but instead, her eyes locked onto Lu Yuning walking casually toward her with that signature, warm, incredibly supportive smile playing on his lips. The look of absolute, unadulterated shock on Zhao Lusi's face was genuinely priceless, and became an instant viral meme across all social media platforms within minutes. Her eyes widened to the size of saucers, her hand instinctively flew up to cover her mouth in utter disbelief, and for a split second, her professional composure completely wavered as her brain tried to process how her dear friend, who was supposed to be hundreds of miles away busy with his own incredibly packed filming and broadcast schedule, was suddenly standing on her stage in Macau. Lu Yuning, being the absolute seasoned professional and gentleman that he is, simply kept singing, his deep, rich vocals anchoring the performance and providing a steady, comforting presence as he walked closer to her, his eyes filled with a mixture of mischievous amusement and immense pride for her achievement. Zhao Lusi quickly recovered her footing like the true superstar she is, a massive, radiant smile breaking across her face, tears of joy glistening in her eyes as she joined him in finishing the song, their voices blending together in a breathtakingly beautiful duet that felt incredibly intimate despite being shared with thousands of onlookers. The sheer chemistry and comfort between them the moment the song ended was nothing short of heartwarming, capturing the very essence of why their bond is so universally adored by fans and respected by industry insiders alike. Lu Yuning immediately wrapped Zhao Lusi in a warm, protective embrace that drew another massive wave of cheers from the audience. A hug that clearly conveyed his immense pride in her success and his happiness at seeing her shine so brightly on her special night. As they stood center stage, Zhao Lusi was still visibly breathless, playfully hitting his arm and asking how on earth he managed to pull this off without her finding out, considering how closely her team and his team communicate within the tight-knit industry networks. Lu Yuning just laughed into his microphone, explaining to the ecstatic crowd that he had worked in absolute secrecy with her concert director and management for weeks, ensuring that his flight schedules, rehearsals, and backstage arrivals were kept entirely hidden from her, so that the surprise would be absolute. He spoke to the audience with so much warmth, expressing his sincere gratitude to all of Zhao Lusi's fans for supporting her so passionately, and praised her dedication, hard work, and incredible talent, reminding everyone just how much effort she puts into everything she does for her supporters. The internet, as you can easily imagine, completely exploded into a state of absolute chaos the very second videos of this surprise appearance hit the web. On Weibo, hashtags related to Zhao Lusi's concert and Lu Yuning's sudden appearance surged to the absolute top of the hot search lists within a matter of minutes, occupying multiple top 10 slots simultaneously, as millions of users logged on to witness the historic moment. Fan forums, Twitter, Douyin, and Instagram were completely flooded with slow-motion edits, emotional reactions, and analytical breakdowns of the sheer joy and genuine surprise shared between the two stars. What makes this moment so universally celebrated across the C-Ent community is not just the thrill of a surprise celebrity guest, but the beautiful demonstration of genuine, unwavering mutual support between two top-tier artists in an industry that can often be intensely competitive and isolating. Lu Yuning taking the time out of his incredibly demanding schedule to travel all the way to Macau just to stand on stage for a few minutes and uplift his friend speaks volumes about the depth of his character and the sincerity of their professional relationship. It was a moment of pure, unscripted joy that reminded all of us why we fall so deeply in love with these stories and these personalities, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts of everyone lucky enough to witness it, and setting a beautiful new standard for artist interactions in the modern entertainment era. According to industry insiders and some incredibly joyful post-concert crew updates on Zaya Hongshu, Lu Yuning's team worked hand-in-hand with Zhao Lusi's management for nearly 3 weeks to coordinate this flawlessly. He was literally in the middle of a grueling filming schedule for his latest historical drama, working grueling 14-hour days on set, yet he personally requested his team to clear a tiny, precise window of time just so he could fly into Macau. We are talking about a man who literally caught a late-night flight, arrived in Macau in the dead of night, slipped into the arena through a secure cargo entrance during the final dress rehearsals while Zhao Lusi was back at her hotel resting, and stayed hidden in a completely blacked-out dressing room with the windows covered until the exact moment he had to step onto that stage. If that isn't the definition of an absolute champion and a deeply dedicated friend, I honestly don't know what is. The crew members mentioned that everyone backstage was practically bursting with excitement, holding their breath every time Zhao Lusi walked past the restricted area, terrified that someone would accidentally drop a hint and ruin the magic. And oh, the magic was real. Let us talk about the absolute visual perfection of that moment when they finally stood side by side under the arena spotlights. You have the gorgeous, ethereal Zhao Lusi looking like an absolute princess in her custom gown, radiating this soft, angelic energy, and then you have Lu Yuning, this towering 6'2" powerhouse of talent, bringing his rugged charm and effortlessly cool aura. The contrast was absolutely striking, but the moment they started singing together, it was pure, unadulterated harmony. What I love most about their vocal chemistry is how beautifully their distinct styles complement each other. Zhao Lusi has this sweet, clear, emotionally resonant tone that acts like a silver thread, while Lu Yuning brings this deep, rich, soulful rasp that provides the perfect, solid foundation. When they hit the final crescendo of the song, looking directly into each other's eyes and smiling through the sheer thrill of the surprise. It felt less like a heavily rehearsed concert performance, and more like a beautiful, spontaneous celebration of their shared journey in this industry.